Chapter 15 of Boruto TBV VORTEX set up the future of the series in a huge way. Introduced a whole new Shinju clone for Boruto and the others to defeat, gave Code an entirely different direction of motive, and more relevant to the video, created a possibility for Kawaki to get stronger, strong enough to help Boruto rid the world of the Shinju. So this video is gonna be quite an interesting one. I got this idea talking with some friends about possible directions the story could go, starting from chapter 16, and I'm not gonna lie, this possibility I'm gonna talk about intrigued me so much, I thought it'd be a good idea to just make a short video on it, especially since I would love to get everyone's opinion on it. So, of course, before we get into this video, I want to kindly ask those who haven't already to just drop a quick like on the video. I don't usually like asking this, but the likes help the channel out massively in the YouTube algorithm, and honestly, we've been continuously hitting our like goal for like 3 videos straight now. So let's try to aim for a measly 400 likes. The way y'all are going right now, that should be light work for y'all. But now that we're locked in, let's go ahead and start this video. So let's start off with the most obvious. In chapter 15, Boruto and Kawaki finally have their much needed conversation about events that happened so far up to this point. In this conversation, Boruto expressed the urgency they should have when approaching the Shinju situation. Since he feels he cannot defeat JURA on his own, he's counting on Kawaki to help him out. But to really be of help, he needs to get Amado to unlock his true power. It's no surprise that since TBV VORTEX started, Kawaki's overall progression compared to Boruto's have been very underwhelming. All along, it was supposed to be like this. It was all a plot device to set up this exact moment right here. So if you think about it, everything relies on Kawaki getting this power because Boruto cannot defeat JURA on his own. So if he dies, it's all over. Also, if somehow the SHINKI get dealt with and Momoshiki then takes over Boruto's body and nobody can oppose him, it's also over. And the last thing is what KASHIN KOJI told Boruto. In almost all the futures that he envisioned, Kawaki was the one who gets devoured in the end. So Boruto telling Kawaki these things actively changed the future, because it gives him a reason to get stronger besides just wanting to protect Naruto, who he already feels is pretty safe since nobody has access to the Daikokuta dimension but himself. So now that Boruto changed the future yet again, we're most likely going to be seeing a Kawaki that's not present in most of the timelines that Koji foresaw. A stronger, more dangerous Kawaki. We'll just keep it simple and call him Limitless Kawaki for now. Now, ideally, Amado should be all on board to give Kawaki his true power, judging how Amado only expected about a code level threat to attack Konoha. But I think everyone can agree the Shinju have far exceeded that level, so there lies the issue. Nobody expected the Shinju, well, except Boruto and Koji. And Amado still needs Kawaki because of his goal of resurrecting his daughter by any means possible. And if he was listening throughout the entire conversation like I think he was, then he would have heard the part where Boruto literally told Kawaki he would die and be devoured if he didn't get stronger. And that means for Amado, he doesn't get to bring his daughter back anymore. So for his and Kawaki's best interest, I think Amado would actually agree to remove his limiters without any pushback. Kawaki's untapped strength would make him nearly unstoppable. But exactly how strong would Kawaki be without any limiters? Now all we can do until the next chapter is come up with speculation. We don't actually know how much of Kawaki's power Amado was holding back. And we really can't look at Code for an example neither, because he really doesn't have any noteworthy feats since him getting his limiters removed. All he really has to his name is statements, and just statements alone. And if any YouTuber says he knows how strong Kawaki will be without his limiters, they're simply lying. There's no way possible to know exactly how strong he'll be because we don't know how much of his power has been limited. The only thing you could possibly say is he'll be comparable to a full power Ishiki or something. And there lies my next point, because I actually believe Kawaki will be miles ahead of Code in terms of raw strength just because of his karma already housing Ishiki's power in it. Even though Code got his karma from Ishiki as well, it didn't give him any of Ishiki's personal abilities and strength. As I like to say, to keep it from being too complicated, the white karma is like a blank hard drive, or you could call it a blank file, whatever you want to call it. It's only there for Code to become an OTSUTSUKI himself. So even though Code didn't get all that more powerful when he got his limiters removed, it doesn't mean the same for Kawaki. Now, whether or not you would put him above someone like Boruto really all depends how you think he matches up against someone like Ishiki. Personally, I put Boruto up there with Baryon Naruto and Ishiki just off pure strength, and also feats he accomplished already. As time goes on, of course both of them will get stronger. I even think Kawaki has that potential to take Ishiki's full power and surpass him when it's all said and done. But I also think Boruto can match that as well, especially if he masters Momoshiki's innate abilities or possibly awaken his Jogan. So neither Boruto or Kawaki is near their quote-unquote prime. But regardless of how you think Boruto versus Limitless Kawaki would go, the reality is there will be a point in the series where Kawaki will be considered stronger than Boruto. That's just how it goes. Throughout Naruto Part 1 and Shippuden, both Naruto and Sasuke took turns being the stronger one between both of them. Sasuke was easily considered stronger than Naruto from the beginning of the series until about the end of the Chunin exams. And then Sasuke recaptured that throne against Naruto in the final valley. And through Shippuden, you can say Sasuke was convincingly stronger than Naruto up until about the Pain arc. It was then it really started getting more and more controversial between the two. So it would probably be the same for Boruto and Kawaki. Boruto mirroring Sasuke in this instance and Kawaki mirroring Naruto. This has been a theory in the community for the longest now. And honestly, if it does have any substance to it, expect Kawaki to rival or even surpass Boruto's strength soon. At least for a short amount of time until Boruto gets his next big power up. That's exactly how it normally goes with rivals in anime, especially in Naruto. But for Kawaki, it all starts here. And regardless of who you think should be the next to get their big fight, the truth is, if Kawaki gets his limiters removed next chapter, or the chapter after that, the one they will most likely have him battle against is the newest Shinju, Ryu. As the newest Shinju, and potentially one of the stronger ones, he's probably the perfect opponent for Kawaki to display his new power on. Odds are the story is going to be focused on events that will occur in or near Sunagakure, like Ryu going after Gaara. Kawaki just agreed to work together with Boruto to dispose of all the Shinju, so eventually I feel like there will be two ways they could get Boruto and Kawaki to realize that Sunagakure is in grave danger, and possibly go over there to help. The first and most likely is KASHIN KOJI. He's been the key piece for everything happening the way it happened so far, and he can easily use his prescience ability to see what the Shinju's next move is gonna be. And if it is Ryu going after Gaara, I feel only a select few people could go handle that situation. Kawaki along with some backup, or Boruto even. But if Kawaki or Boruto went by themselves, I feel like it would be that much better. It would be a smarter move to have at least one of Boruto or Kawaki in the village at all times because of surprise ambushes or something like that. It would be easy for Boruto because he has the flying Raijin, but yeah, ideally all I'm trying to say is since both of them can be key in a fight, it's very important that at least one stays just in case one of the Shinju arrive in Konoha while the commotion goes down in the hidden sand. Now, according to the narrative, I love the idea of literally having Kawaki go toe-to-toe with the newest Shinju to show us just how powerful he can be. Which leads me into the other way Boruto and Kawaki could be notified about the trouble in Sunagakure, which will be Shikamaru. It's pretty obvious, he just got the call from Kankuro literally asking Konoha for assistance in this matter, and since Boruto is technically not a Konoha shinobi anymore, he can't exactly openly order him to go help out, probably only in secret, but he can with Kawaki. Kawaki showing off the fight and kill the newest addition Ryu, I think it's actually genius. Since folks like Shikamaru, Sumire, Konohamaru, Amado, and the others know that the Shinju have a specific target, they should come to the conclusion that the Kazekage is in great danger. If not the Kazekage, then definitely someone in or close to Sunagakure specifically. We know that Ryu is only after Gaara, but literally nobody else knows that right now. Regardless of that, I can see Shikamaru sending a squadron out to Sunagakure to stabilize the situation, and I believe Kawaki along with someone like Delta could be some of those people sent out of the village. Kawaki being out of the village, not because of him just wanting to follow Shikamaru's orders, but also to want to rid the world of the Shinju along with Boruto, that right there could open up some moves for Shikamaru in the meantime. For example, he could converse more with Boruto about how to handle Kawaki moving forward, and they could talk about information that they don't necessarily want Kawaki to know about quite yet. Information like the involvement of KASHIN KOJI. Just because Boruto and Kawaki agreed to temporarily cooperate with each other to accomplish a common goal, does not mean they completely have trust in each other, especially in Kawaki's case. But back to the focus here, if Kawaki and Delta do fight Ryu together, that could be a great time to showcase Kawaki's new power. As someone who previously wasn't even able to touch one of the Shinju to completely demolishing them, it just shows us how much of a power increase he received. And it also gives Kawaki that much needed win he has yet to get ever since he fought against Code in part 1. And I understand the current narrative some people in the community may want to follow, because following the anime, in the Chunin exams, Mitsuki and Shinki did battle, and their battle had to be stopped because Mitsuki wasn't allowed to go Sage mode. And there wasn't a way for him to win without such a power, so he just forfeited the match. I do believe that would be a pretty good fight, but then again, I can't say confidently that I think Mitsuki has what it takes to actually win that battle. At least not how he is right now. But I wouldn't mind seeing Mitsuki fight the Ryu clone as well. I doubt he would win, but it would make for a great warm-up fight before someone like Kawaki comes in and defeats him. That way, one of the Shinju get defeated, Shinki gets saved as well as the Kazekage, and Kawaki gets to showcase his strength compared to just a few chapters ago. And by seeing how Shinki is to be saved by the Thorn Soul, it could also give us a clear idea how Sasuke could be saved with the same method. So this fight not only pushes the story further, but it'll probably give us more information on the 10 Tails, as well as properly display the lore and purpose behind the Thorn Soul bulbs, which, may I remind you, is mandatory for the people who got turned into trees to be returned to their original state. So let me know how you feel about a potential battle between Boruto and the Shinki clone to debut Kawaki's new overwhelming power. Do you feel like this fight can or can't happen? Or maybe you feel like it can, but maybe the path to get to the fight will be different somehow. Or at least different than how I explained it. Oh yeah, and who do you think will come out victorious in that fight? Kawaki or Ryu? Let me know how you all feel in the comment section below. And remember, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, and hit that noti bell so you know whenever I upload or go live for the new chapter spoilers later this month. And without further ado, I'll see you boys and girls on my next video. And I'm out. Peace.